So in the purport, Prabhupada explains about the concept of Manusamhita, which is the basis for every living entity in this material world, how to lead this life in this material world. The law book for the entire human society is the Manusamhita, which directs all activities towards transcendental service of the Lord. So this is the basic law book. So how it is defined? So that everybody engages in worship, devotional service. Every king must know that his responsibility in administration is not merely to exact taxes from the citizens, but to see personally that the citizens under him are being trained in Vaishnava worship. See that everybody performs their respective duties and are engaged in devotional service. This is the proper intention of this is a proper duty of every king. Then Prabhupada further explains what is the purpose of complete administrative system. King means his administrative system. He is not alone. The conditioned souls are not meant to satisfy their senses, individual senses, but to satisfy the senses of Rishikesha, the master of the senses. So one who knows this specific secret, as explained by Brahma, becomes the perfect administrative head. To see that every citizen in his country engages in the service of the Lord, if he is able to execute that task, he becomes the perfect executor. So by training the citizens in devotional service to the Lord, the head of a state can discharge his responsibility. See, everybody has a duty. If they do not perform their duty properly, they are punished. They are liable for punishment. Similarly, if the king has not performed his duty, he is liable for punishment. Otherwise, if he will fail in the onerous duty entrusted to him, thus be punishable by the supreme authority. Like in a simple, anywhere in our office or anything, if you don't do our duty, what is the punishment? One time, two time excuse, later we may be asked to go away from the company or an underperformer. So everywhere this performance factor is evaluated. So in every category of living entity, when the duty is prescribed, the performance factor is evaluated. Now first let us understand what are the duties of a king. Based on Prabhupada, then from Manusamhita. So Prabhupada says, as a representative of the Supreme Lord, king is called as Naradevata. He is a Supreme Lord who has come as a king. In 10th chapter also, when Krishna says, Naranam cha Naradipam, among men I am monarch, Krishna says. So king is a representative of the Supreme Lord. The king has the duty to protect the citizens in a perfect way so that they would not be anxious for food and protection, and so that they would be jubilant. So the basic duty is roti, kapda, makan. ये सबको मिलने का. That's a government duty. So that when they are satisfied, they can do devotional service. Ahara, nidra, bhayamaithunamsha. So these are the four basic things. Ahara, nidra, bhaya. Protection. And it is the duty of the king to see that these things are available for everyone. Next. It is the duty of a king to give protection to the citizens and fulfill their desires. At the same time, the citizens must also obey to the laws of the state. See, fulfill their desires means people can ask anything and everything. No. Within the jurisdiction. And they also have to fulfill the desire, follow the laws of the state. I don't follow, I want everything means it will not happen. It has to be a two-way system. You follow the rules and government will facilitate everything what is required for your requirement, for your day-to-day requirement, necessities. Then, It is a duty of a king to see that everyone in all social orders, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, is fully employed in the state. So everybody gets a proper employment as per his qualification. So a Brahmana is supposed to do a Brahmana's duty only. So everybody does their respective duties. That is one of the duty of the king, to see that everybody are properly engaged. It is the duty of a king to give protection to everyone, including the earth or the land in which he is ruling, as well as the citizens and his family members. Because he has to give protection to his own land, then to citizens, to his family members, to all living entities within that land. So when the miscreants are punished in an exemplary manner, when somebody does a mistake, the king punishes him. If somebody does a pickpocketing, you know what is a Vedic punishment? Cut off his hand. So that one he doesn't do, by seeing the severe punishment, others don't do. So one is set an example so that others will follow. Automatically all good fortune follows. It is the prime duty of a king to give protection in all respects to the peaceful, offenseless citizens of the state. So if you are a peaceful, offenseless citizen, it is the duty of the king to give protection. But if you are a miscreant, it is the duty of a king to punish you. So now details from Manusamhita. Some aspects I had covered. So when there are creatures without a king, like when the material world was created, it seems, there all living entities were there, but there was no head to manage them. And they all, because of fear, they started running in all directions. Lord created a king for the protection of this whole creation. Because there was no proper protection, then Lord created the king. And who is this king? He is representative of all administrative demigods. In his body, it is said, all the demigods stay. Indra, Vayu, Yama, Surya,